Hello everyone, welcome to channel Databots. Today we're going to see JavaScript event handlers. An event handler is nothing but a dynamic property in JavaScript where events like clicking, entering input, focus, those are handled. To understand in depth, I prepared something. So let's go through each of them one after another. Here we have onclick, and an onclick event is a event where you click a button and an event should be triggered. Let's say I want to submit a form, so I want to get a success message from the server. In this case we are going to use onclick event handler. These are the examples where it is used: submitting a form, toggling a drop down, opening a model. A model is nothing but a huge pop-up where you can perform few actions. You can see them in forms, and on clicks are also handled in posts. When you like something, it is a click. When you want to save something, when you want to comment something, those are handled by the on click event handler. And next up, we have onchange event handler. Onchange event handler happens when you change something or select something. Let's say you have a drop down. I wanted to select something here, one, two, three, and I want to trigger another drop down when something is selected from here. So a change happened at that point, and this is what onchange is used for. Mostly these event handlers are accompanied by a function where the logic is handled. These are just indicators. Next up we have on input. If we got any input from our input box, we are going to check the input, and for every keystroke we are going to use this event. Let's say I want to check my typing skills like monkey type, where you can see live typing. This event is handled by that. These are for previews and instant validations, and also something similar we can say that I don't want special characters in my input. For those things we use on input. And on submit is basically when you want to submit a form. This is specifically for submission of forms, where the whole form data is sent to the server or the respective function where it is handled. During that time we are going to use the on submit event. And here we have on focus event. This is one of the important things. Let's say I have a drop down. I don't have any options populated to this, so I want to trigger an API. And API is basically something used to communicate with server. And whenever I want to use this, I'll just focus on this. When it is focused, we'll get the API called. So this is one of the use case. It is also highlights the tooltips we use. And on mouse over, when the mouse pointer is pointed over an element, let's say I have pointed here, you can see the my cursor changes, and we'll get some info over here, arrow A5. This is one of the mouse over event. These are mainly used for hover events, and hover is basically when the background color changes for each of these things is one of the hover property. And when I came out of the mouse event, these are reverted back. This is on mouse out, and on blur is also one of the commonly used events. When an element loses focus, we are going to validate something. Let's say I have finished typing on my input. After using that onblur, and the focus is shifted from there, we are going to use some functions. That is an event onblur and on key down. When a key is pressed, we are going to do some things. Let's say I want to prevent few things here. I won't want the keyboard shortcuts to work. Let's say in a form. So whenever that key is fired, I can prevent the event. I'll get to there now. And on key up, when the key is released, the action is triggered. These are less important, and this is a depreciated event. You can read it if possible. These are replaced by on key down, and this is on double click. This is used to rename folder names, zoom images. These are mainly can be seen in mobiles. When you want to zoom something, you'll double click on it. Let's say your photos, and you want to rename something in the files in the PC. You're going to use this event. Double click, and we got the major events covered. And let's go through some miscellaneous ones. These are used in mobiles and for other devices. This is an event called OnTouch Start and OnTouch End. These are for mobile actions, long pressing on something, swiping. These are used for them. And on context menu. This is for a context menu. Whenever I want to right click something, you can see this is a context menu. This is different from what I get in a normal browser environment. So this event is triggered for that. If you want a custom menu, in a right click and on scroll, this is a scrolling effect. You can see most widely in portfolios where you have a arrow similar to this. When you click on it, you'll go back to the top. And on resize, when the window is resized, let's say I have done this, I want to reset the zoom. Actually, I won't do it. And during that time, this event is triggered. And on drag and drop, these can be seen in Kanban boards, Jira boards, if you know a few of them, or you can set in the uploading files to G drive. These can be seen there on drag and drop. So these are the major events that are there in the JS. You can go through them from the MDN docs. I'll provide you the links. And I have also made a code pen for few important events. You can visit this. So please go through each of them. If you are using classic HTML and CSS JS to get started, all you need to do is you need to use this add event listener, and after that you need to assign the event to the element ID that is selected. If you know basic HTML CSS, this would be easy. So if you want to start something funny or something interesting from JavaScript, I want you guys to try this. Instead of jumping right to the basics, let const where, try playing around with them. You'll eventually understand each of them after using these one after other. And this is the event where you get the value that is changed, and this is the on change event I'm discussing about. If you are familiar with modern frameworks like Angular and libraries like React, these are on these are inline statements. You can find them directly on change on click. So please go through each of them. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe if possible. You guys owe my gratitude. Thank you guys.